And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kolossal Live, or Kolossal Plays. I am joined by two disembodied voices today. Chris Ham, our lead developer.
Greetings.
And one of the designers of Reload, François.
Hi, happy to be here.
So today we are going to do a live play of Reload between the three of us. It's going to be a free-for-all. We tried to get a fourth person, but we could not get anyone at this time of day to do a team mode, so that's not going to happen. So you get to see how the free-for-all works instead.
Fire, please. Battle Royale.
Sure, a battle royale. There will be no friends in this game. It'll only be fighting each other.
Just like this call.
Yes. So real quick, just before we jump into stuff, I posted in chat two links. One is to the pre-launch page. That is where all the kind of news information about the campaign will be before the campaign. It's also where you can sign up to get notified to be alerted when the campaign goes live, which is January 26th, for those of you keeping score at home. And then the other link is to the BGG page. So if you can go there and like and subscribe and post things and chat, it'll really help the game kind of get some visibility before the campaign launches. Ham, do you want to add anything else before we kind of jump into this?
Sure. So as Bayer mentioned, we're going to be playing on Tabletopia, and he shared the link to the pre-launch page. But there's actually something very exciting that we're announcing on this stream related to that, in that this is going to be the first attempt at the Kolossal Games Ambassador Program, where some representatives of Kolossal are going to be available to schedule times to show you how to play the base game of Reload in the run-up to the campaign on Tabletopia. And by going to that pre-launch page, I think the link for it is going to go up tomorrow, but we have made some times available where you can sign up and play with one of us or one of Kolossal's representatives to learn to play. And once you have learned, we will provide you with a link to run your own Tabletopia games of it, to test it out and see if you like it before backing, and show it to your friends. And so this is both a way to build some excitement for the coming campaign, and as a little show of appreciation to the people who have backed our projects in the past. You get to test drive our games moving forward and see if it's as good as you hope it will be. So we're excited to teach everybody how to play the games up front and have fun playing games with you and see how it goes. So be sure to subscribe to that pre-launch site for information about how to play Reload.
Okay.
And other than that, I think we're ready to go.
All right, if you guys are ready, here we go. We're going to jump into it. Boom. So this is Reload. It is a hex. All these hexes here are tiles, so there are multiple map configurations, and the game will come with a map book that has suggested layouts, which you can play on those suggested layouts. You can build your own. The ones we've created are kind of tailored to a particular game experience, or maybe more suited for certain modes of play versus the other. So real quick, as I kind of navigate around here, every character is going to look something like this. They all have the I'm not going to use Blitz, that's a bad example. So this is Dax. So every character on the left side of their character board has a series of actions they can take. And this game uses action dice, to take actions. And then the value of those actions will be relevant when you get into combat. But it's action selection as far as taking action. So if I wanted to move, I would just set my die value to 4. I would place it there, and I would move my pawn from one space to the next. and some of these other actions we'll get into as we are doing them. We don't want to give you a full kind of rules overload at the start.
Sure.
But the basic premise is to take actions, you'll set your die to the thing you want to do and you'll place it on there. When you decide that you're done or you run out of dice, then your turn is over. And then your dice would go over here to the left side, which is called the combat line, which is going to act as your defense and what you're going to fight with both during your turn and during other players' turns. And again, we'll go into a more in-depth explanation as it comes up. The other thing is that there are these decks of cards. These are equipment cards that will be looting from crates, gathering from villages. So if you're familiar with, games like Battlefield or PUBG or Apex Legends, where you parachute in and there's that scramble for gear at the start, that's what these decks represent. So in here is, excuse me. So in here, there's going to be stuff like ranged weapons, armor, helmets, med packs, all kinds of stuff that you can loot through there. So we are going to go ahead and just jump into it and explain things as we go. Before we do, the last thing I want to say is, how do you win the game? By being the most famous. And maybe, François, if you want to kind of talk about the theme of the game here.
Sure. Basically, we are in a futuristic TV show, and it's financed by some military complex corporations, let's say. So we're going to test some weapons all together on that kind of field test island. So we'll parachute on this island, and basically we are players having some clones. So we are not gonna kill anyone. We are gonna just reload when we lose a clone, and come back on the field with the same character, but wherever we want. Sorry. So a lot of replayability, and every game is very different thanks to that.
So,
all right, let's do this thing.
To play into the theme of being the most famous, the scoring system in this game is not like a traditional points-based scoring system. So we have what are called these fame tokens, and these represent things that you can do in the game. And when you do them, you'll earn the fame token, and then you'll populate them onto your track. Now, behind the scenes, there's obviously math involved with this, but it takes the math out of the game and makes it a more visual kind of storytelling aspect as to how the game unfolds. And as you'll see when we play, at the end of the game, we'll be able to look at everybody's score tracks and kind of get a history of what occurred during the game as we were playing. Ham, do you want to add anything before we get going?
No, that pretty much covers it. Let's Leroy Jenkins this here and get going.
All right.
Time's up, chump. Let's do this.
Okay, so do you guys want to roll for first, or just want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Yeah, go first, and just maybe a short focus on the achievements that are revealed at the start of the game. So you have 3 achievements that we see here on the orange color on the right of the map.
Yep.
And so basically this provides additional fame tokens. So the first one being the first one who will reload, another one through shooting. The second one will be an achievement that we will solve at the end of the game, where we will look at who has the most 3 stars equipment. And the third one is also a final achievement, so we'll judge that at the very end, looking at how many colors do we have in our tracks, fame tracks. So the more diversified is the strategy for a player, the more able he's going to be to have this achievement.
Okay. So then, as part of setup, we should all just draw our 2 equipment cards.
Yep.
So you'll notice that nobody's on the board at the start of the game. So at the start, everybody's going to parachute onto the island. But before we do that, I have to choose the item that I'm going to come in with. I'm going to go ahead and just take this. So this is a good opportunity to talk about equipment. So let's jump to my character board. So I have selected of the two cards this sickle, which at the top has a hand icon, which means it takes one hand. We have some items that take two hands, which would sit in the middle. So this one takes one. We also have cards that have a head slot and a body slot. So at most, you can have a head, two hands, and a body worth of stuff. If it doesn't have an icon, like this energy drink, for example, it is a special item. It's a one-time use thing, and it just sits in your backpack, and you can use it at any point in time on your turn. And then when you do, you discard it. But I chose to keep the sickle, so the energy drink is just going to go back on the bottom of the deck. So now that I have my stuff equipped, I'm going to choose where I want to parachute in. And when you parachute in, you always have to pick either the middle or the first ring of
hexes.
Sorry, my Bluetooth headphone is screaming in my ear about low battery.
You have a Bluetooth egg?
Yeah, I have a Bluetooth egg. Yeah. So when you parachute in, I'm just going to pick this hex, for example. You're going to roll 2 dice, and that's to determine where the
wind direction
the wind is blowing. That is my roll. So, perfect. If you roll the same number or the same result, or results that are opposite, so if you see here like the skull and the 1, the 2 and the 5, the 4 and the 3, same number or opposite numbers, you're not going to drift at all. If, for the sake of argument, I had rolled a 1, third time's a charm. There we go, 2.
There you go.
If I had rolled something else, so here a skull and a 2, for example, then I would choose one of those dice. Choose this. Are we dying? Okay.
It's okay. I don't know.
That was intense.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I would choose one of those dies, and then I would drift 1 hex in that direction. So, for the sake of example, we'll say this is my roll, and I'm just going to drift in the direction of 2 and land in this village here.
Oh, wasn't that convenient?
Yeah, super convenient.
Wow, I should have gone first.
So, now that I'm on the map, I can start taking my turn. So the first thing that I'm going to do, so the third action on the player board is loot. So I'm going to set my die to a 2. And then I'm going to loot this crate right here. And anytime you loot a crate, you're going to draw 2 cards from the corresponding deck. In this case, it is the 2-star crate, which is going to give me, I'm just going to do these face up so you all can see. So I have the choice to keep one of these 2 cards, and I'm going to keep the military helmet, which I can equip right away, and the other one is going to go back in the deck. So that was my first action. My second action, I'm actually going to go ahead and take the power action, or the activate action, which allows you to activate a tile, or anything that has the power action. So if you look at the center island here, or the center of the island, there's a little power icon at the bottom with the beacon icon. So if you're there, you can take the power icon to deposit all your beacons. I am in the village, which allows me to draw 3 1-star items and keep one of those things. That's a pretty good start. So I'm going to keep the riot vest.
Better get him, Francois.
And then I'm going to put the other 2 back. So I'm in a pretty good spot already. Then as my third action, I'm going to move. setting my die to a 4. Which I'm going to move my pawn up here into the jungle. Then I'll take another loot action to pick up the beacon that's there. And then the beacon is just going to sit on my player board. Here at the top on my player board. And when I take the activate action on the central tower, I will then be able to take these beacons that I've collected and move them over to my score track. But for now, they're just sitting on me. So if somebody comes and attacks me and defeats me, then I would drop the beacons on the ground and then they can steal my beacons from me. And then for my last action, I think I'm just going to move again. So I'll set that to a 4. And Blitz has a special. Every character has a unique power. You know, kind of like an Overwatch character or something. Everybody has their own thing. And Blitz's thing with his mechanical legs that he's fast. So his
second run action.
Yeah, his second run action is a 4. All the other characters, their second run action is a 3. Additionally, Blitz, his special ability is that he gets a 4th run action. So if he really wanted to, he could run all the way across the island, or nearly all the way across the island. No, yes, he could.
Yeah.
He could run from end to end if he wanted to. Whereas a character like Dax, for example, is more defensive, so he always gets to take his bottom die from his combat line, and he gets to put it in his defense pool, which will come up later.
Yeah, the value of that will be apparent once we get down to business.
Yep.
All right.
So
Are you done?
So that now my turn is done because I'm out of dice. I'm going to take all my dice and I'm going to arrange them from highest to lowest on my combat line. Oops. Lock that. So now other players can see how defensive I am. Like if somebody wants to attack me, they see that I have 2 4s at the top of my combat line as defense. So they're going to want to try and roll higher than that to knock those out of there. But that's my turn.
Well, and you're in a jungle, so you can't even be shot at unless somebody's in the sky.
Yeah, my last action was to move. Yeah, so the jungle here has the stealth icon, which means that you can't shoot into it. You can only shoot when you're in the jungle with that person. Normally, ranged weapons have a range on them, and that we'll cover that when somebody draws one. Okay.
All right.
So time to jump for Dax.
Time for me to parachute in. I'm going to choose this space here. We'll roll 2 bones, see what we get. It's a 5 and a 3, so I can drift into the central tower or on top of the mountain. Well, it looks like it's mountain for me. So I'm going to loot this beacon. So my first loot action is a 2. So I put a die there. I take the beacon. Oops. I grab the whole board. There we go. Now, it takes 2 run actions to move into a mountain hex from which you can shoot further if you have a ranged weapon. However, I do not. So I will not be setting up camp. And then I can, it doesn't cost any additional run actions to move down. So I'm going to come down the mountain. I'm going to take another loot action. Grab the beacon in the space where I am. And I am going to now take a build action. The the 4th action on my thing here. First space of that is a 3. I'm going to drop my hideout. The hideout will allow me to place my bottom value die on my combat line, where the dice go back into my pool, which is effectively doubling Dax's effect. And it also prevents me from taking any damage if I end my turn in that space from any toxin once that starts to come out, which it soon will. Now I'm going to take another build action and place a trap in there. So a little surprise if Blitz decides to get feisty with his sickle. I take all my actions. my turn is done.
Okay.
So I move my dice over highest to lowest, and the bottom 2, because I'm Dax and in my hideout, are going into my defense pool, and my turn is done. So now it moves to Francois.
Okay, so here is Duke. Duke is a great shooter. So the first thing I want to do is basically find a good weapon to shoot. So I'm gonna try to jump just right close to Mr. Blitz, and I'm rolling dice now. Up. This is a 5 or a 4. So I have to go this direction in the forest or on the mountain. Well, mountain is quite difficult to climb, so I'm gonna go directly on it. So I'm gonna loot this first beacon with a 2. Then I'm gonna move on the village to get that nice blue box, which means a move of 4.
Sorry, did you say you looted the beacon?
At the supply box, sorry. Oh yeah, I loot the beacon before.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you got that.
Just made it. And now that's a blue box, so I draw 2 cards and I keep 1. And hopefully I find, yeah, my beloved crossbow.
Alright, hold on that for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Talk about ranged weapons. So, this is a ranged weapon, and these are a little unique as far as equipment is concerned. So in the top left corner is the number of shooting dice that it rolls, and on the right side is the range of the weapon. So the crossbow is a range 0, which means you can only shoot people in your hex, in the hex that you're currently in. If he was on top of a mountain, he could shoot a crossbow at range 1 instead. Additionally, all ranged weapons give you the ranged combat action. So this is the same style of action as on your character board, except it's an additional action that's granted by the equipment itself. The rules are the same. It still takes an action die of that value to activate it. And then you would resolve combat, which will make sense later when we actually do a combat. But the important thing is that if your shooting dice rolled match one of the dice assigned to the weapon, you also get to do the bonus effect of that weapon. And in this case, it would just be an automatic injury. And that's unique to ranged weapons that have bonus effects, potential bonus effects when you attack with them.
All right.
Sorry, so I'm taking my
Francois
weapon.
means that he can equip it right now.
Sorry, so I equipped the crossbow, and I'm gonna try to move to my next target, although it's quite protected, so it's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna try.
I believe in you rolling 3 3s.
Yeah, the benefit of Duke being a good shooter is I can add +1 to one of the shooting dice I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna place my action dice on the value 3 because it's the precision of my crossbow. And I'm gonna roll the 3 dice because I'm just next to my dear friend, Chris. And here it goes. So I have a 5, a 4, and a 3.
That's
So
a pretty
I'm
good
gonna-
shot.
Indeed, and I'm gonna change the 4 into 5 thanks to the ability of Duke.
Yep.
So that's a 5, 5, 3 to compare to the top 3 values of Blitz.
Yeah. So then we're going to compare that, and I'm actually going to take your dice here so I can show it side by side.
Okay, go for it.
So while he's setting that up, the first thing that would happen is if either player had rolled any skulls, they would compare those results, and and then if one player had more than the other, that would cause various things to occur that we'll describe when they happen. But generally, if it would be the attacker, and they would inflict injuries unless countered by equipment. Since there were no skulls, he simply puts them on his combat line. And well, I see he's placing them next to Blitz.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the example here. So this is how combat works in pretty much all instances. after both players have rolled their dice, we're going to arrange them from top to bottom, and then we're just going to compare line by line. So here, his 5 is higher than my 4, which means I'm going to take that as an injury. The next one down, that's a 5, 4, I take that as an injury. And then here there's a tie, so that nothing happens there.
Except this is my special bonus.
Correct.
So the three of my crossbow. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, we'll get there.
Because he matched one of the values of the action dice. Have fun.
So, as there are no more dice to compare because he doesn't have anything else here, these in range combat these are not relevant. If it were close combat, you would take a small injury, which is just lowering the value of the die for each die that you cannot compare. But because this is ranged, we're not concerned with these dice here. Now, as he was saying, he rolled a 3, which is the bonus on
the crossbow.
On his crossbow, a 3, which means he's also going to deal an automatic injury. So I'm going to take that die and put that there. So now I'm one shot from being reloaded. Because he injured me, he's going to get injury fame token.
True.
Which is going to go here. So now he is that much closer to winning the game. And if the game will end in one of two ways. Either somebody will place a token and it crosses this threshold here with the black section, with the superstar status, or this deck of events will run out. One of those two things will happen first. In a 3-player game like this, it's more likely that the events will run out first, but we'll see what happens.
And so I finished my turn because I did my 5th action, and I'm taking back my dice from the weapon. As for other actions.
Yeah. And fortunately I didn't get killed. So there's that. So now we're on my turn. And if I had different equipment in my backpack, I could change up my equipment now at the start of my turn. I don't, so obviously I'm not going to. And I'm pretty injured, but the problem is that there's an opponent in my space. So these 2 actions here towards the bottom of the player board, the heal and the build, are called restricted actions, which means I cannot take them if there is an opposing player in the same hex as me. So even if I wanted to heal, I got to get out of here first. The problem is that there's a wall in my way. So what I want to do is try and get a beacon and deposit it before I die. But also, because I'm so injured, I also only have 2 actions. So my first action has to be moved. So I can at least heal. I think I'm probably just dead though.
And from the second turn, we will get some events every turn.
Oh yeah, we should have flipped one right now, actually, because you finished.
So after everybody has taken one turn, then you start doing events at the between each player's turn.
So the crown just flipped up, which means that Francois, who just finished his turn, gets this token. It literally puts a target on his head. So should he begin his next turn with the crown, he will get to add that to his fame track. However, should one of us reload him before then, the crown moves to us, and then we have the same rule. If we make it to our next turn with the crown, we will score it. Now, because the crown actually has a draw card icon in the top left, we're going to resolve another event right now. And we have our first contamination added to the board. In section 1, at the most extreme end of it. So the board will slowly fill up with toxin, and if you end your turn in a hex with a toxin marker and you are not in your hideout or the dome, you take 1 injury. Moving through it has no negative impact, or being in it on somebody else's turn does not matter. Yeah. All right, Fire, continue.
So, as I was saying, I want to deposit my beacons, but I really can't because there is a wall in the way. This is a neutral wall, which means I cannot move through it. I cannot shoot through it. My only option to deal with it would be to take a build action to try and demolish it. But that being the case, I'm just going to move down instead.
Oh, you go in the direction of Dax.
And then I'm going to heal. So the heal action is just rolling the die. That's great.
That's the best result you could have rolled.
Which means you
Other than a
get
5.
You recover 1 in the team mode. If you heal a teammate, they recover 2, and you actually get a point for healing them. Let's see. I'm gonna take a build action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a wall here. I'm gonna put a wall here.
Strongly you're using the trick I taught you.
Yeah, we learned how to put things at 45-degree angles if you drop them on top of your pawns. Or 30-degree angles.
Good trick.
So
All
now,
right.
because so here's the difference between the neutral walls and my walls. So you'll see that in the Battle Royale mode, each character has 3 walls with their character portrait on it. I can move and shoot through my own walls, but they cannot. So they're different than the neutral walls. In the team mode, the team has walls that match their team color, and the same rule applies but for the whole team. So the red team can move and shoot through the red walls, and the blue through blue. So that is my whole turn because I have like no actions. So these are going to go back here. Now, because I have a skull here, this is just going to go to my defense pool, which means, like last time when he attacked me, all of my dice were here. If he were to attack me again, I get to roll this die in my defense pool, so he doesn't quite know what my defensive capabilities will be if he attacks me, or probably more likely Dax comes in and tries to attack me.
Yeah, it probably made it so I don't want to. So a new event is drawn at the end of the turn. Toxin in zone 2.
Yep.
Right there. All right. So I'm really sad that you rolled that skull. I figured I would just be able to mosey in and reload you and please the crowd, but I think we're going to play a little more conservative. So for my first action, I'm going to move. Oop. I'm going to loot. So we're going to grab this
Treasure
beacon.
hunter.
We've got that. We're going to move into the central tower. And we are going to dunk 3 beacons. So I'm going to take a power action. And I move all 3 of the beacons I'm currently carrying to my fame track. The crowd goes wild. Rarely have witnessed such an exciting display of athletic and strategic prowess. And I have 1 action remaining. And I think I need to get out of there. And so I'm going to take... Oh, that's already where I need it. Take a move action and come back out here. My turn is done. I'm going to move all my dice to my action roll. Or my combat line, I mean to say. And because I'm Dax, my bottom one goes in my dice pool. And that's how quick a turn can go. And obviously everything moves faster in real space. Oh, wow.
There's a lucky one with the new event.
The new event turns. It's gift for from the sponsors. Will help for those who are behind in fame. So Bayer has the least fame, so he's given a free beacon. Congratulations. What perfect timing.
Well, I think that's going to be a nice
And
time.
let's draw another card. We draw another event. And it's Toxin in 3.
Okay, still safe.
Francois is crowned King of Reload because nobody took the crown from him.
Yep.
And that marker goes to his track.
Good start. Well, I'm gonna do so. a small destruction because I can use my build action as a destruction, so demolish, which is basically a 3. And I'm gonna demolish the nice wall of my friend here. So you get
You're
it back.
relentless.
Now I'm gonna move. Not very excited by the beacon right now. I prefer the taste of blood, so it's gonna be a 3 on my crossbow. Oops, what happened with this dice? Okay, that's a 3, and so I'm gonna roll again the 3 dice, hoping for similar results to last time.
Dire rolls the one
Not
he
too
had.
bad, not too bad, indeed.
Oh, that's gonna do it.
That's a 5. Oh, sorry, it was a skull. This
Right.
I
one
mean,
was
I
a
have
skull.
the military helmet to cancel your skull,
Exactly.
but the 2 5s are going to get there.
True, the skull goes away because of your
Military
what is
helmet.
that? Helmet. Ah, yeah.
So 5 beats my 4, and 5 beats my 3, which is going to reload me. So I'm going to drop both my beacons that I was carrying, and I go up here. So any equipment that I was carrying is gone. This is going to get shuffled back into the deck. And then I'm going to draw 2 level 2 items.
Yeah.
And so when I
While
come back
I'm
in next turn, I'm ready to go guns blazing.
okay, on my side, I'm gonna put a trap here because I guess there are some people willing to go for the beacons.
So hang on, there's more that's happening here.
Ah, sorry.
So you reloaded me, which means you get a reload token.
Sure.
Also, you got a ranged combat reload, which means you completed the
Oh
achievement.
yeah, achievement unlocked.
I take it.
And then we reveal another achievement, which is going to be a disarm or a trap trigger.
Well, it's mechanic. It's trap fame. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So maybe we'll get to explain how traps work here.
So with my last 2 actions, I'm building a trap on my tile and I'm putting a beacon on my character sheet, so I have 2. And that's done for me.
all right, event. Toxin 1. Now, because 1 already has 1 in it, 1 is placed in each space adjacent to the existing token. So as you can see, the toxin starts to spread out rapidly, pushing everybody together. All right, Blitz, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna parachute in with a machine gun. I'm gonna try to land on the central tower.
Float into the trap. Float into the trap.
I just put back my crown on the right track.
Oh,
2 dice. 3 and a 2. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna drift right into 2.
here we go.
You like my traps?
Yeah, so he's got a trap there. So traps in this game are pretty straightforward. It's rock, paper, scissors. So I'm gonna declare what I think it is. I'm gonna call.
Well, you're going to declare what you're playing as.
What?
You're going to declare what you're playing as. You're
Right,
calling
right.
rock, paper,
That's what I
scissors
mean.
for yourself.
So I'm playing paper. So then I'm gonna flip this.
Okay.
It's scissors.
That's
I
sideless.
got cut.
Wow. Blitz is on a roll. So because he flat lost to the trap, he takes an injury, for which Francois earns a fame token,
Yeah.
an injury fame.
Such a good
And-
start, thanks, guys.
He also gets a trap fame token, and that unlocks the achievement.
Oof.
So, folks, we may witness a superstar performance from Duke today, as Blitz is turning into a pinata that is just cracking wide open. All the candy's falling out.
through no fault of my own.
All right.
All right.
However,
so
it's
I
machine
landed
gun
on your head, and I'm gonna just start shooting.
And we have a new achievement, by the way.
So I walk in and I just start
I
blasting.
just start blasting. So this ranged weapon is a little different because it has 3 action spaces. which means I can shoot him. I can take 3 ranged combat actions here. So for my first action after parachuting in, I'm going to activate the machine gun and shoot. And this one has 2 shooting dice, as opposed to the crossbow's 3. So what am I looking at? I have to beat a 4 and a 3, and I do small injuries on a result of a 3.
Yeah, get him.
So I rolled a skull and a 3.
Skull. Nice.
Which means
So that skull is going to knock out his
deal-
bottom die.
Yeah, your bottom die is going to go to your injury from the skull result.
I'll get your fame.
And then
And Blitz gets on the board.
3 is not going to beat the 4, but the 3 does trigger the small injury, so his lowest die is going to be reduced by 1. So that means, so here's the injury for the actual skull result, and then the 3
That hurts.
goes to a 2. So now I can
You
activate
hear
it
me?
again, except this time my bonus triggers on a 3 and a 2.
Get him.
So here we go again. I rolled a skull and a 1. So again, another injury from his bottom.
And this is a different incidence,
Yep.
so he scores another injury fame.
Ouch.
However, the 1 does not do anything for me. So that's because his 4 beats the 1. And then I will activate it again.
No.
So now I
Leave
trigger
some for me, buyer. Leave some for me.
on a 3, a 2, and a 1. And I rolled a 5 and a 2.
No.
I'm not going to kill him.
You might.
I don't think so. So here there's no skulls, which aren't. I don't get any automatic injuries. My 5.
You did a
is
5?
4, so that would go
Okay.
over there. And then my 2, because I have a 2 assigned to the weapon, is going to trigger the bonus, which is going to turn his bottom die down 1 from a 3 to a 2.
Okay.
And then for my
You got
last
me.
action, I'm going to close combat.
Yep.
And set that to a skull. So the way that close combat works is it's similar to ranged combat, except we are comparing action dice. And the way that that works is you're going to take all of your dice in your pool, plus any skulls that are assigned. So you'll notice that the close combat is a skull itself, and roll that. So I rolled a 4. And then we're going to set
That's
our
enough.
lines,
You got it.
Yeah.
which means I'm going to, yep, my 4 is going to beat his 3, and my 3 is going to beat his 2. And then here, if that didn't kill him, I have 2 unopposed dice where it would be significant, and that would be 2 small injuries. But I am defeating him. So I'm
That's a
gonna
reload.
A reload plus the reload achievement for melee combat.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Right back to
probably
the
should
game.
have protected better.
And the next achievement that comes out is the most reloads at the end of the game. So now at this point, our achievement board just shows 3 end of game achievements. So we know what the end of game scoring is going to be. So that's kind of the difference between the achievements here. There's some stuff that you can do during the game, but eventually it will get to a point, more than likely it will get to a point where there are 3 end of game scoring vectors.
Right on. All right.
That's my turn.
New event. Oxen
Cool.
Skull. Out here on the mountain. All right. Just go crazy and go and entangle with Blitz here. I think that might be the way to go.
Careful. You're not equipped.
Yeah. I'm not, well, I don't have much to lose, right? I mean, I'll have a 4 and a 3 when I move in. I can just roll 3 dice. I think that's what we do.
And Francois, while you're here with this kind of downtime, you can draw your 2 starting equipment
Yep.
when you parachute back in.
Yeah, that's
Maybe a
something we're talking about.
blue one.
One of the things I meant to say earlier is there's still some late stage development going on, so this is a pretty close approximation of what the final game will be, but there's definitely still some small changes being made to streamline play and whatnot. But all right, we're going hog wild here. Close combat. Show me a 5, baby. This party's over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's because Dax got a hold of you with his hand-to-hand-to-hand-to-hand combat.
so your skull's gonna hit that die, and then we got a 5 to a 4, a 4 to a 3, and that's gonna do it.
That's right, baby.
So just like that,
Other
Blitz is down again.
cartwheels and karate chops everywhere.
Whoa. That was strong.
All right.
Short life.
Doesn't matter.
I
You
got
just
what I needed
reload.
to do.
Next clone.
All right. So I will because close combat ends my turn. I'm done, and I'm gonna move my bottom die to my pool because I'm Dax. My other one was a skull, so it was already there, and my
I
turn's
have an
done.
announcement for you. Announcement.
Oh, yes. So we don't have a next event to replace, but we do put an extra trophy on the rightmost achievement. That's, of course, an example of the producers messing with all of us contestants. Little twist right before the ad break to leave you hanging. All
So
right.
I think I'm gonna make a small visit to my friend here. But before that, I'd like to have some good weapons. So I'm gonna try to get to the next village here, which may be difficult, depending on the wind. So it's a roll 4 and 3, so that's opposite wind. So I arrive exactly where I wanted. I don't care for the beacon right now, although I should need some. I'm gonna go for the village, as said. So it's a 4 to go and a 2 to take the supply box. I draw 2 cards. And I think this is not a good weapon for Duke. This is the right weapon for Duke.
Precision rifle. Well, that's only terrifying in the hands of Duke. You mind your own business and stay over there, Francois. You saw
Well,
what happened to Glitch. You don't want me to get my hands on you.
So I'm gonna move again, but you're pretty far. So I'm gonna run a little bit, go back to the forest. Welcome Blitz if he comes back with a little trap. And that's a 3.
All right.
Because he likes my traps.
Nah. I'm good.
And I think I'm gonna really already destroy the wall that is next to me. So
Yes.
destroy is a 2.
All right.
Doesn't give fame, but useful for the next action.
All right. Next event. The dome. Go ahead and roll a die.
Skull.
So the dome gets placed out here. Yeah, you rolled a skull. And the dome operates kind of like a neutral hideout. So if you're in it, you do not suffer damage from toxin at the end of your turn. And it also puts your bottom die in your defense pool at the end of your turn as well. And it's usable by any player.
Does that
You're
stack
up,
with
Blitz.
hideout?
What'd you say?
Does that stack with hideouts?
No, because it technically counts as a hideout, it is the one hideout per hex at this time.
Alright.
All right.
Was there a drawing after the dome?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's That's a draw. Another one. Here we go. Good catch. More toxin. Zone 5.
Whoa.
It's closing in on Duke over there.
So Blitz is back
Yeah, here I come.
for the third time.
With my tactics Tomcock from the air. You know what? I'm just gonna try and drop directly on him.
What? I know what's coming. You don't even want to fight me. You're just gonna loot, dunk. Loot, dunk.
4-3.
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh, look at that. Perfect. I land directly on your head.
Well, you've had a lot of practice at parachuting back in.
How could you let
Yeah,
that
it's funny.
field
I'm gonna
empty
loot
like
3
this?
times, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna dump. I'm gonna do the boring thing.
Oh,
You may have
get
to
back
roll that to unlock it.
close
Now
to
you
Hall of
can go
Fame.
even, whatever. There you go.
I'm gonna pick up these 3 beacons. 1, 2, 3. The 3 loot
That's too
actions.
much for one man.
I'm gonna move to the middle.
Hey, those are shooting dice now.
Oh, whoops. I'm gonna move to the middle. I'm gonna activate.
Wow.
People are messing with my
That's-
stuff.
Pretty shady there, buyer. It's going to have to be rolled. I'm sorry.
Sneaky.
So you got it. So
Yeah.
3 points, 3 tokens.
Look at
Your
this
first-
scumbag. He's died 3 times and he's arguably
Impressive.
In all fairness, I'm
Whoa.
only
As much as I would
No,
love those,
it's here.
those do not go on decks.
These were
Yeah,
mine.
tighten those up a little bit.
By
Yeah.
the way, the track is going to be fitting perfectly on the real game. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to have to try and come get you again with your stinking looting.
That's fine. I got done what I needed to do.
Yeah, I
Actually,
mean,
the same
the
track
crazy
is a
thing
street.
is even if I reload you, I don't necessarily take the lead. This is insane.
Plenty of
All right.
ways. Wait
we
for
need
the
a-
3 round.
Event. At the end of my turn.
Or
Toxin,
Let's go.
Bottom.
Go
Yeah.
again.
Filling it around. Here we go. Jeez, and so then if I do that, I'm just staring down Francois Payne also. This is troubling. All the goodies are taken except that. Of course, there's a stupid wall in my way. You can do a lot. I don't like that.
I forgot.
Man, I like how you just ran in there waiting to get murdered. Like, I don't care. Oh, boy. All right. I still think the way I can earn the most points is to come get a piece of you. So, do I loot that? And you got a lot of 2s. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna move in.
I mean, I feel
You've left
like that's
yourself-
correct.
You've left yourself incredibly vulnerable, and I'm gonna roll 4 dice.
I mean, if you fail, then you just leave me on a silver platter for Francois. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, but I would almost rather you be on a silver platter for him than me be on a silver platter for him, which is also what's about to happen.
I'll take a bit of both.
That's
Wow.
disappointing. Or I get killed by you.
Wow. All right. Well, your skull does take out my bottom die.
Yeah, you're about to hurt me.
Oh boy.
All
Let's
right.
see what a reversal looks like. All right. So our
Yeah,
first-
who knew? Ham's classic die rolling abilities pay off once more.
My 3 beats your 2, so that's an injury. Our 2s tie, and then my 2 beats your 1, so that's an injury.
Ooh.
Which I managed
So
to
we
get.
injured each other, so we both get fame.
Yeah. Wait.
Didn't you have something in your backpack, Chris?
Nothing that would be usable in this particular moment. My bottom die goes here. We both got fame, and now I'm sad.
So that just goes to show that close combat can be dangerous for the attacker.
Yeah,
Finally.
it's pretty risky. All right, so now supply boxes drop in each village. That would have changed my plan if those had come out on the previous turn.
There's the first one, yeah.
So the first one drawn, it drops 2-star boxes. The next one will draw 3-star X-Tech. All right, Francois, go ahead and shoot Blitz.
Well, you know what? In fact, I think I'm gonna start with Blitz. Who's the weakest? 4 and 4 and 3, okay. And you still have 2 dice to roll, Chris. Okay.
That is true, but you just
That's
observe
interesting.
what that looks like.
Then I need to start. Okay, I'm gonna shoot from far because I'm in the forest, but I have 1x of range with my precision rifle. So I'm just rolling 2 dice with this one, but it's Duke again. So I'm shooting at Chris Ham at.
Oh,
Yeah. So you have to roll your dice.
yeah.
So it's a 4 and a 2, and I'm gonna say, depending on what he rolls.
Pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's a 5 here.
Not good enough.
Oops, why did he move this one? It was a 2. So 5 and 2. So 5 beats your 4.
And 2 gets me because of your bonus.
Exactly.
No, I lose
bonus-
my
bonus-
painkiller. Oh no.
So you're injured, but not enough. Oh yeah, you could. Okay,
Yeah,
you
you
reloaded.
got-
Sorry.
So yeah, you don't score an injury. You got me.
That's a great reload. I didn't see. Okay, I didn't see this coming, but my next action is still a shooting because you're so close to me, Chris.
I'll put your fame on there.
I already did. Oh, sorry, I put it on you.
Never let Duke with a shooting weapon. Oh, that's bad. So it's a 1 and 3. I'm gonna increase the 3 to 4, but I think it's unnecessary.
Yeah, that misses. I have a 4-3.
But the 1, because the 1 is matching one of my 2 numbers, because in fact the precision rifle has 2 different numbers, so I have more chances to get the ability, the bonus. So I
So he's
get
still
1
got an
injury thanks to that.
Very nice.
So that's a red token.
Gotcha.
And I think now that you're significantly hurt, I'm gonna come to you with a 4 and still 2 to roll. Is it dangerous?
I
To
remember
do
when
that?
I tried that.
Yeah, I'm wondering. In fact, no, no, it's too risky. I'm gonna take because I have 2 and 1, so I cannot take this risk. So I'm gonna take one. Sorry,
Blue.
one beacon, and I'm gonna build my hideout.
Okay.
So the good thing with the hideout is I'm gonna get back my 1 in the defense pool. So I have a hideout and a trap on this tile.
All right.
And I'm done. So that's a 4, 3, and 2, 2.
New
And 1 is
event.
back in the defense pool.
Toxin 5. Now that is placed after his turn, so even if his hideout was not there, he would not be considered to be in Toxin.
Right.
In
You
Toxin.
always have at least a turn to deal with things that pop up.
Yeah. All right, Buyer.
Okay.
Looks like it's on you to get him.
I gotta run into a trap to do it.
Oh no.
That might be the best option. I'm gonna heal first.
You can heal because you're alone.
Yeah. That's a true story. Yeah, I mean, I really want to Let's run in there and kill you. What do your dice look like? 4, 3, 2, 2 with a 1 in the defense pool?
Yep. I'm gonna put it as a skull.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is I get trapped. And toxined.
Trapped and toxin.
I mean, maybe I just accept that I'm gonna potentially reload off toxin here.
I mean, it keeps you off the board as a viable target for me.
Alright, we're doing it. I'm gonna move in. We're gonna try what we call rock. Rock beats scissors. Get out of here.
True.
Oh,
Disarm.
Yeah, so he got 2 of those. That's jackpot right there.
I'm going to take a close combat action.
Oh boy, here we go.
So we're going to have a 4, and that's there. I'm going to roll 2 dice.
And Francois rolls 1. Ooh, a 5.
I'm going to modify my 2 into a 4 with the tactical tomahawk.
That's a 4 for me.
So I have 5, 4, 4, 2.
Looks
okay,
like
your
2
5 beats my
coming in
4.
hot.
Sorry, that was a 4.
Yep. Just take that 2 out of there and move the 4 down to show the tie, Francois.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then
so
your
the 5
3.
beats my 4. 4 is a tie, okay.
So my 4 beats your 3.
Yep.
And then our 2 is tie.
And you take a small injury, Buyer.
Because I have more dice than you.
Injury for Blitz fame. There you go.
That's my turn. And I take 1.
You get poison, yeah, toxic.
Yep. All right. So now, new event, toxin 4, and it fell through the board. That's weird. Part of the fun of Tabletopia. All right. Well, it seems like I'm gonna try to parachute in right here.
Did I make any injury to Blitz at the end or not?
Nope, just a small injury.
Small injury.
Okay.
Injury.
Thank you.
So I would have taken this. All right, start of my turn. Equip. Survival knife. Oh, what just happened? All right.
What is happening?
Rotated some stuff. I was hitting the wrong button. All right. There we go. All right, so now we parachute in. Where we land. 5 and a 5, stuck the landing. All right, now do we stick Francois?
So for Blitz is higher than me in the fame.
Yeah. I seem to recall you murdering my previous incarnation just moments ago. But I do hate the idea of. I mean, look at Blitz. He's out of control.
I'm not out of control. I'm very much in
With
control.
with the fame, I mean, it's brutal.
It's insane.
I mean, honestly, I was hoping to float to the village, get some sweet gear, but Duke does need to die. But what else can I do? I'd hate to end my turn so quickly.
Well, you have a blue box, not close, not far.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it. Your
Did you
numbers
show
are
the
pretty-
event just previously?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna loot. Let's see what we get. Goodies. Well, that's nice. All right, so we'll put on our military vest. We're gonna move back in. Oh, that should be here. and I'm going to stab you,
Who?
Francois.
Which one?
I'm stabbing you, Francois.
Okay, 4-2-2. That's my score.
All right, I roll. Whew, that's nice. All right, so the top die I rolled becomes a skull because of my survival knife.
Mm.
All right, so that's going to hit your bottom die
Yep.
for an injury. And then we tie, and my 3 beats your 2 for a reload.
Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. I'll come back for the 3 stars.
Yes, that's true. All right, so then because I'm Dax, my bottom die moves down here. My turn is done.
Take an injury for poison.
Oh, poison is the worst. All right, event. Oh, X-Tech drop, just as Francois said. So
Yeah.
3-star crate is going to fall at the extent of 3. And this has a draw another event. So here we go. Earthquake.
Uh-oh.
So, oh, man,
I'm glad not to be there.
that stinks. All right, so we're not in the mountain, so we're going to re-roll our top die.
Yeah. So the earthquake has a keyword
Oh my.
ability called
Blast.
which basically it re-rolls the indicated number, the top dice. So if we're not on a mountain, everybody has to re-roll their top die. If you were on a mountain, you would re-roll the top 2 dice, and that could result in an injury. In my case, it turned a 4 into a 2.
In my case, it turned a 4 into a 1. This is most unfortunate. All right. You're up, Duke. Welcome back to the party.
So where are the 3 stars? I didn't see them.
I landed down here in 3.
Well, you did get 1 drop from the sky, but
They are on all village, correct?
yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
I mean, it looks like you just want to kill Blitz.
No.
I
think
could
that
roll
may-
anything. I have
That-
armor.
That place is very welcoming, so I'm gonna go there. Okay, I just arrived where I wanted. I'm gonna go to the village where there should be some 3 stars, but I'm gonna put it.
Why would there be 3 stars there?
There was an X-Tech. It was just an X-Tech
No,
drop.
Yeah, it was the
the
drop,
drop,
not
it
the.
wasn't-
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
You have to keep
I'm
an
gonna
eye on
take the blue.
designers. This is the first rule of development. Always keep an eye on your designers.
Okay. Okay, now I got 2 guns in my hands. Because I
Oh.
took the blue one.
So the only thing worse than Duke with a gun is Duke with 2 guns.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, actually.
Coming back, guys. And that's a 2 moves. So
It's nice of you to just put them into your injury zone for us. That's that level of pessimism makes me happy.
I moved 3 times, in fact, because I took.
And you looted,
I-
right?
Yeah,
I
and you
came
looted.
back
So that's only 1 shot.
and I loot. Yeah.
The other
This
gun
is where I have my hideout, so you know. I'm gonna roll. Put that to 3. Just want to hurt you.
Are you shooting?
Who goes next? Is Blitz? Huh.
Yeah.
But then, okay, you're behind Blitz, so I'm gonna shoot at Blitz.
Excellent.
Okay.
Get him, get him.
Sorry, Chris, nothing against you.
Oh,
The skull, and I'm gonna
Alright.
choose to keep that a 3.
yeah, it's going to do it. Well, no, not quite.
Oh, well. So the 3
Not quite.
will. Are you going to keep it at 3? Oh, did you get your bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's 2 small injuries. That'll put me at
Yeah.
2.
not quite.
So I get an injury, correct?
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Against
he rolls
the bullets. I thought you meant do you take one. So we're all just partying at Duke's hideout over here.
So I take back my weakest dice and I'm done.
Yeah. And we
But I
get
take
an
an
event.
injury.
You do not take one because you're in your hideout.
Oh, true.
So 3 more toxin.
All right. Well, everything is poison and terrible. I don't want to
Probably last
throw
turn.
this die. Is there any way I can score points right now? I don't think I can.
Well, there is a beacon on the on the tile right now.
Yeah, I don't have enough actions to take it, move, and heal, because I need to heal. I'm 1 action short of
I think
scoring it.
Yeah, I think you got to move, heal, move, try to buy some space.
No, I don't.
Because those two 4s, and if you roll a skull, if you roll like a 5 on your heal, you might be an unattractive target.
I mean, I'd be an even less attractive target if I wasn't on the board.
Well, I guess there is that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
You don't want to be reloaded.
To here, and then I'm going to move again to here, and I'm going to die from poison in the jungle.
Oh, poor thing.
Not cool. Not cool.
And
All
that
right.
way I can't
Suicidal
get
tendency.
hit between turns here. It's the most efficient heal in the game.
All right.
Well,
Event
depends what you get.
poison into right there. All right. Dax is
You
up.
could have tried the village, Chris, to get some
All
stuff.
right. Here we go. So I'm gonna. I had an injury. I grabbed one of my dice I shouldn't have. All right. So move. Gonna move back.
Oh, I don't think I get another turn.
And I'm gonna roll. Post combat. Oh wait. Before I move back, I'm sorry. So I moved. Then I'm gonna heal myself. See what this brings. Somewhat disappointing. You got over there, you scumbag. Is that a 4? It is a 4.
You need to score a reload to come back in the race.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes. I move in and I roll 2 dice. Let's go.
Ouch. I'm rolling 2 then. That's a 4.
Yeah. All right. I didn't say it looked good. It's the best of the bad options. Well, that's good. One of those 4s one of those 1s turns to a skull. Not both of them.
That's strange. The 4 converts into 2 when I move it to the character sheet.
Yeah, it's just a glitch. You may have to take it off and roll it to unlock it. All right. So we've got my skull knocks out your lowest die.
Okay.
We tie, and then you tear me apart. 2 injuries.
Yeah.
So we both get an injury fame.
Red on both.
Doesn't he just
And then-
outright kill you? Oh no, wouldn't you be
No.
taking 3? Doesn't his 4 beat your 3?
Yeah. That's right. All right, so then, or no, he had a, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Event?
Good. Wonderful. So I die from poison. Haha. No reload for you.
I don't care.
Supply drop. 3 stars on all the villages.
Oh, nobody has
You are
except.
going to get one more turn, buyer, because there's still one more event, so we'll make it to one more round. Because it's going to end at the end of the round when the event deck is through.
There is one event left. It's going to flip at the end of Francois' turn. So this will be after Francois' turn. There'll be one more round.
Okay.
Oops.
So then in that case, I'm gonna go very close, which is basically here. That's a move of 4. I'm first gonna see what is there in that nice box. With a loot. Sorry, I put my 4 here. That's a draw 2, as for blue. Aha. Who's on the board? Nobody?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the neutralizer. And so I don't know if I
well, that's not a problem.
Sorry. Oops. So this goes in my backpack. I keep that. It says 2 hands, so it goes here right in the middle. And this is just flipped. Okay, so I have a nice weapon. This is removed. I'm gonna loot in the village. I mean, activate the village to loot. See what can I find that is right. Since there's nobody on the board. Yes, it's time for a small energy drink. Sorry. Which provides me an additional dice when I use it for 1 turn. So that's the green dice here that I will use for any action I want that is available. I think I'm gonna do 3 and 2. Yeah. I'm gonna roll that dice to heal. That's a 2. I get back my injury. I move to my area here with a 3. And I take the beacon with a 2. But this 2 is lost because it's a green die, so I don't need to put it. Okay, done. And since I'm on my hideout, I get back my low number in defense pool.
All right, final event. Board is full of poison.
Last turn, here we go.
Yeah. Last call.
I'm going to equip the combat shotgun, and I'm going to try to drop right on Francois.
Nice.
Let's see here. 5 and a 2. I'm going to land exactly where I intended. What does your defense line look like? Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Beautiful.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot.
I tell you what, that shotgun can make it go away in a hurry, though.
Yeah. Rolling 3 combat dice.
Oops.
That's gonna be a skull, a 3, and a 4.
Oof.
Oh, 1.
Alright, so the skull's gonna take your bottom die for sure.
Okay.
And then the 4 and the 3 are just gonna bounce. And I didn't roll a 2, unfortunately.
Should have put a trap rather than take the beacon. Was a bad move. So what's next? 4, 3.
Yeah, you don't take anything else.
Okay. Glad to hear.
And you get an injury fame, or did you already get it?
I think I grabbed it. I can't remember.
I think so. No,
Yeah,
No,
I think
that's
it's
what I
on
did.
there.
That's what I did.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't need any more help.
He's ahead.
You know what?
Close to superstar.
It is close to superstar. I'm not gonna really get there. I'm just gonna close combat you and see if I can finish you.
Finish
Really?
him.
I'm gonna roll 4 dice here.
Hey, it's his last chance to score points. So.
2
Woo!
5s is pretty good.
Wow.
5-5. That's a hit. 2 hit. And what's next?
5,
The
5,
third one?
2, 2.
2 I beat you. The third dice I beat you. So you lose your 2.
Yeah.
Then it's a 2, so equal, but you have 1 more, so my 2 becomes 1. I survive.
Barely.
Excellent.
And then I'm gonna take poison at the end of my turn. So,
Wow.
we both score an injury there.
So he gets 1 injury for the close combat too. Yeah.
That's
Getting
All
4
right.
from Mr. Dax.
Wow. Here we go. Need a little help from the wind. Where to parachute in? It's right there. All right, here we go. Jeez. Guess it's equidistant. No, this is where I need to go. All right. Man. I guess we do that because if it doesn't work out, we still have some options. All right. Time to parachute in. Oh, got myself a little bit of safety gear, protect my noggin because I keep getting killed. All right, here we go. Show us the correct drift. 2 or skull. So completely not helpful in any way. In fact, the worst possible outcome, it seems. Because you scum are in jungle. I mean, obviously I can come reload Francois. So that would be 3 moves. 5th action. Jeez. You've got a 3 up top. Yeah, okay. Well, it's obvious that's the play. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get some X-Tech, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you
So we're going to move.
You have a guaranteed kill on him. Just
I'm going to. I know. I was hoping to get X-Tech, move in, shoot you, and then auto kill him. But we didn't get there. The winds were not on my side.
So you reload me.
I can't grab the beacon, move, upload it. This is.
So you made what? You made a move?
Yeah, I put it back because I can't go take the beacon, go dunk it, and come auto kill you. So I don't.
Too greedy. Too greedy.
Well, not too greedy. Simply not enough actions. I don't think that I have any other point scoring options. So that's what it is. I guess I just come in and I'm going to have to close combat you. So 4. Probably to protect myself a little bit. I will move here first, then I'll move in. So I have a 4 and a 3 guaranteed.
Okay.
And then I'll roll 3 dice.
I think that's a reload.
Yeah. What concerns me is what I roll to keep me alive.
So
Okay.
back.
All right. So that is a reload. 1 splatterized Francois coming up.
The bad thing is I'm losing my nice stuff here.
Yeah. And then my bottom die is going to go in my zone, and I'm going to take an injury because we keep partying in this one jungle space. All right. Reload. Francois is going to parachute in for the final thing.
Sorry, I made a small mistake. I'm redrawing. So 2 of them. Okay. Okay, parachuting and using that stuff. You want me to fight? Okay. I will be pleased to 5-5 you have. He's a hard catch. Okay. So I want to go for the beacon first, so I'm gonna do that. I'm looking at that place, thank you. And let's imagine I'm rolling this 3 or 2. Okay, then it's gonna be that. So I arrive directly in the village.
Oh, that's what
I will catch that nice weapon. I think I'm gonna go take the quadri-launcher. That's a quadri-launcher. Very nice weapon.
You're not going to be able to get to anybody, are you? Oh yeah, I guess you can.
I wanted the other one because so I'm gonna keep that because if I put it in my hands, I'm gonna be too heavy.
Yeah, it would cause him weapons that are heavy.
So I'm gonna move twice, but before I take a beacon here. So that's a 4, a 3, and another 2, and an activate. Because I need this one to earn the last achievement, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that is the end of the game because we concluded the round after all events had been revealed and resolved. So now we're going to resolve the achievements from left to right. Despite the lack of gear that I acquired, I actually scored the most reloads.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I didn't do much else, but I was reloading fools left and right.
You were the big fighter.
Yeah, and then he has the...
Thanks to the crown.
Yeah, the crown is sneaky good.
Yeah.
And there you go. That is the game.
Just short of the superstar line too.
Yeah, if I had been able to parachute into this village, there's a chance I could have reloaded both of you last turn, which would have been insane. But not to be. Good game.
Yeah, thank you for playing. Maybe a few comments or questions before, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll transfer or transition back over to the talking screen.
I've been keeping up with the chat and answering them as we go on my phone while we do this. So a lot of excitement from Andreas and some from Stephen Beeler. They love the digital scoring of the Applausematron faint tracks. We've got Arnaud in there approving of my stab when I stabbed you. And so, well, thank you, Andreas. We appreciate it.
Let me plug some links here again. So this link is the pre-launch page where you can sign up to be notified to when the campaign launches, as well as help out with the pre-campaign social stretch goals, unlocking more maps for the map book. This is the link for the BGG page where you can go and you can like and subscribe and engage in discourse about Reload. And all the stuff that we post. If you have questions or stuff, that's the place to post it. Both Ham and I are very active on Board Game Geek with all of our games. And then again, a reminder, the Ambassador program is launching officially tomorrow. So if you are interested in participating in that, I believe we have a newsletter going out and correct me if I'm wrong, Ham, there's going to be information on the Reload pre-launch page.
Yes, that is where you'll find it. There will be a link to a Calendly event scheduling thing where you'll be able to sign up to play with, in many cases, Buyer or myself, and be taught here on Tabletopia, or a couple of our friends who are representative of Kolossal. And then once you have played through an ambassador session with one of us, we will share a Tabletopia link with you so you can play with all your friends and teach them as well.
Yep, and we'll also post that as a thread on BGG as well.
For sure.
Anybody who's watching, if you have any questions for Francois, or Francois, you have anything you want to share about the game that maybe we didn't cover, now would be the time.
I have a few comments here which are basically linked with the fact we played the beginner map, let's say, where we have a very simple maps with forest and mountains and nothing else nearly. And for sure there is a lot of different maps. There are different maps, and with some special buildings where you can discover new abilities, which gives a little more complexity, but much more richness to the game. And we have a bunch of 3 stars items that we haven't seen, but which are also very specific, with some crazy effects like teleportation and repulse. And so I will keep some surprises, but this game is not fully representative of all the richness of the game, especially when you see the team mode, the team royale, playing 2 characters makes it a little more tactic, with a lot of possibilities to earn some team spirit fame, linked with the fact you would heal your friend or build some stuff to help him. So we will encourage in the team game, we encourage the cooperation, of course, between the 2 players, and they would obviously play crossed to each other. I'm not sure to say it well. But
yeah, it alternates players per team.
Yeah,
my favorite point about the equipment. A lot of what you saw in this game was a lot of 1 and 2 star equipment, and there are duplicates in those decks. But the 3-star stuff, which Francois just started getting into there at the end, every single one of those items is unique in what they do and how they interact with the game. That's where you're going to get, like he was saying, the more exotic abilities like repulse and teleport. And things that can really change the game as far as how you approach it. We did have the question, and I see him answered it in chat. Can you earn more action dice during the game? No and yes. You don't earn permanent action dice, but there is the items that give you the boost die, which is the green die, which is effectively an action die, but you only get it for your turn, and it's only temporary. There is a 3-star item called the Adrenaline Helmet, or something to that effect, which...
Adrenaline Mask.
Adrenaline Mask, thank you, which looks like a gas mask, which will give you the boost die every turn, but that is one unique item inside a deck of like 15 cards right now, so it won't come out every game. It could, theoretically. But, yeah, so there is a way to earn additional actions, but it's only temporary.
Yep. And of course, the boost, the energy drinks can temporarily provide that as well. But
right, and there's
generally,
three or 4 copies of that in the 1-star deck.
So yeah, the X-Tech can do all kinds of really cool things. As Francois pointed out, this is just the basic experience. Like, this is just the dipping your toe into the world of Reload. And it's only going to grow richer with both the add-on expansion and the stretch goal expansion as well, which will both introduce additional maps, additional modes, more characters, all kinds of goodies. So if you were even at all interested in what you saw here, there's only going to be more cool stuff to follow.
Yep. That's all that I have for today. Guys, do you have any closing thoughts?
Just looking forward to January 26th, and we hope to see all of you there, and looking forward to teaching some of you how to play Reload in the coming weeks.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, Francois.
Thanks a lot. Well, that was a real pleasure, and you let me win, so it was good.
It's always good for business.
No shame for me.
All right, thanks everybody, and we will announce our next live stream. I believe we have one more scheduled before the campaign launches in probably 2 weeks, if I had to guess. I would have to pull up the calendar. But that is all we have for today. Thank you to those who tuned in, and thanks to those who are watching it again after the fact. And we will see everybody next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.